Welcome, Aquarius, to this, your 2023 annual reading and forecast. Hi, I'm Nigel Saint James, clairvoyant, and if you'd like to find out more about me, just check out the information in the description box below. And if you'd like to see your in-depth monthly reading, please go to the playlist on my channel, and there you'll find it easily set out. Now, I'm going to draw 12 cards, one for each month of the year, and we'll see what is in store for you, shall we? Brilliant, Aquarius. Well, let's have a look. The Knight of Swords. Well, speaking of brilliance, there is the Sun for February. A welcome thing in February, the Sun, isn't it? There's the King of Wands. There's a couple of people there already. There is the Ten of Cups. Two more for the first half of the year. There is the Hermit. What a beautiful image. And there is the Eight of Coins. I think you'll agree with me that the imagery on these cards is just lovely. I'm just trying to remember the artist's name. Beth Martini, Chicago, might it be? Knight of Pentacles. Martini, there's the Empress, another exquisite image. Beth Martini, I'm pretty sure, from Chicago, an independent developer. But anyway, what's this, by the way? The Hanged Man. Very unusual images, these. We'll have a good close look at them in a second. Now, there's the Four of Cups. What's this? Well, let's go in here. There is the Tower. Well, that's good. And finally for the year, the Moon. Well, now, what I'd like you to do is I'm going to bring the camera around so we can have a good close look at the imagery on these cards together while I do your reading for you. Wow, what a spread for you. Let's look first at January and the Knight of Swords. Now, this is the Lord of Winds and Breezes. Now, this is a time, I think, where Capricorn is going to be important to you at this time. Look, you are going to be so full of plans as to what to do for the new year that you'll have one idea tripping over the other. You'll have a lot of creative thinking and you'll be cutting through all entanglements. And certainly, I think now you've made a resolution, I think, to become free of limited ideas and models, and you'll have a very clear perception. You will be someone, I think, who is... Well, you have a very fine intellect. Well, we know you have a fine intellect anyway, don't we? But you have the sort of intellect where at this particular time it might be difficult for others to keep up with you. You'll be very clever, full of ideas and plans, but you need to make sure that these plans are realistic and don't jump from one idea to the next, just as if any idea is just as good as another. Go through the process of really analysing what it is you want to achieve over this period. Now, this might be in the area of sales or objectives that you need to obtain in your work environment, but work out what it is that you are going to focus your energy on. Now, there is the risk here that you could actually be quite impressionable to other people at this time, and you need to filter what it is that other people are telling you, and don't take people or events at their surface appearance. Rather, look beneath and find out what really is going on. Well, that was for January, and then we come into February, and look what you have here. What a fantastic card. And just have a look at this image. Isn't that just great? Look, this is the Lord of the Fire of the Word, as I call it, and the sun is the source of life, and it represents success and abundance. And this is going to follow you in your life through February. The energy is going to get you through any tough times, and the sun is going to illuminate your path forward over after what has, I think, in 2022 been some challenging periods, I think. This is saying to me now that you should, having analysed your goals in a sensible way in January, that you should then embrace those goals and give it everything you've got. If you've had tough times, don't be concerned. Don't have any lack of confidence, because things are going to get better. There are here, I think, indications to me of a very highly creative energy within you. I think there's also an awareness now, so you're not taking things at surface appearance. There are fulfilled love relationships, either within an existing relationship, or I see that there's a chance of you entering into a new relationship if you're not already partnered. It's a transformative period for you in a sense. I get marriage around here, so you will hear of marriage. This is a definite yes, this energy. It's talking about success, good fortune, optimism, and happiness. How can you go wrong with that? And then that takes us then in March to the King of Wands. Hello, King. What do you have to say? The Lord of Flames and Lightning. And what he does have to say to me is he says, I think that your Aquarian friend here is going to have dealings with Sagittarius and Scorpio at this time. This is a period in which you are going to be very active. You'll be very generous, I think, but I must say that you could well have a degree of impetuosity with you. That is, you might just take sudden and unreflective action in one direction or another. Certainly, I think that you'll be very fast in how you make up your mind and then how you go and execute action, and people are around you going to say, gee, I never would have predicted that. There's almost like there's a fierceness here to you. You'll have very dynamic forward motion, increased insight. You'll be energetic and ambitious. You'll be up for adventure, I think, because you are very determined to get things done. And I think you'll be very charming and magnetic and have a magnetism that is very hard to resist. I think that you are going to be very sexually attractive during this period to other people, and do with that what you will. But the events surrounding you, I think, may well be quite unstable. The external environment could be unstable. So when I see that impetuosity here, don't do anything that hasn't been well thought out. Think something out, and then be cool, collected, resolute, and energetic, and then go forward with an alert confidence in your ability. Then we get into April, and we have the Lord of Perfected Success, which is this Ten of Cups here. Now, based where it is with the King here, there, and with the Hermit on that side, in this fourth position, this says to me that this is Mars ruling the third decan of Pisces. Now, Mars is disruptive, and so it can conflict with peaceful Pisces. But because you have this other energy around you, I don't think that the conflicts there are difficult. Rather than that, I think there'll be satisfaction for you at this time, fulfillment radiating from you, and there'll be great degree of love. This also speaks of emotional stability, maybe coming across your dream home, a happy family unit, or a very happy circle of friends, and your dreams becoming a reality. There is actually a great degree of emotional passion and vitality around at this time. Just let things develop by themselves, though, because everything comes to you at the right moment, doesn't it? And say this to yourself: life gives me all that I need to be happy. Well, let's have a look then from April and come into May. And here we have the Hermit. Isn't this beautiful image again? Now this is Mercury ruling Virgo with Mercury exalted. She is the prophet of the eternal, the magus of the voice of power. Now, I think that this is a period in which you will be finding your own light, maybe going inward in a sense. There's completion of actions around here, and also of you reaping the harvest of some things which you had started earlier in this year. You are taking what's owed to you in a sense. You'll be resting in your own center, and there's some degree of patience around you here as well. Do you know, I think that you may well find that you have people coming to you and asking you for advice and counsel about their relationships, about their work. And you'll be able to give good advice to them at this time, because you'll be very good at getting into other people's head space. Now you'll have a great desire to acquire new knowledge at this time. You have within you also an inspiration which is almost a divine illumination from within. I think that also that you will become aware of something that you were previously unaware of. Yeah, I can't quite put my finger on what it is, but you may well be spending some alone time for soul searching and just recalibrating yourself. And if you do spend that time, say to yourself, I enjoy the feeling of completion, sorting things out, resolving them, and I will not compromise on those things which are important to me. Now, it's interesting that there was that inspiration to me of patience for you during that time, because I see that the energy following on from that card for you in June is this card, which is the Eight of Coins. Now this is the Sun ruling the first Deccan of Virgo, and this is the number 8 here. Now numerologically I have Mercury associated with the number 8 as well. Do you know, sometimes there is a strength in doing nothing at all, where you sow the seeds, you sit back and wait for the harvest. That's patience, isn't it? Well, turning again to that astrology, the Sun ruling the first Deccan of Virgo and Virgo in the number 8, that's a very favorable combination, because here I think the Sun energizes Virgo's hard work and attention to detail. Now this energy can also signify pregnancy and birth. I think you'll have a flowering of internal and external richness here. There's wisdom, development. I think you'll be quite careful with things, prudent, sitting back and letting your plans come into fruition. So really, at this time, just sit back and trust life. Look, that which is coming into flower in you is of exquisite beauty and delicacy. Provide for it the protection and nourishment it needs. You don't need to force anything, because everything unfolds at the proper time, as we saw previously. July, we have who? This Knight of Pentacles. Hello, Knight. What do you have to tell my friend here? Well, the first thing that he says is that Taurus and Aries are liable to be important to you. This is a time when you are going to move out of settling back, and you're going to put the engine into gear again, and you'll be energetic, really quite a capable manager and a steadfast worker, I think. You will be slow to get angry, But look out if you have been enraged. You have an interest in structure, I see here. I'm getting architecture, but I'm quite sure it's not architecture that you are interested in. But what comes behind architecture is the structure. It's about making something that is beautiful. So here in July, it could be things to do with garden or landscaping. It could be beautifying your home. Structure is also in the areas of, I think, hair and fashion and makeup. Maybe for some people, tattoos, it could well be. These are things that you are going to be very good at this time. In any event, this is a period of time when you are taking responsibility for your life and becoming focused. And I think you'll be putting a lot of effort into practical things. This is a time of your life when you are goal-oriented and want to set out and sort out the material side of your life. Those things to do with health, work, those things which are tangible to you. Then in August we have this wonderful, wonderful energy. And again, just check out that image, would you? Well, she is the daughter of the mighty ones. I'm getting pregnancy around here, so you're going to find out something to do with it. I'm getting a lot of Venus around here. I think you are going to be in touch with the beauty of your life and may well be exploring your relationship with a mother or with a mother figure. Or you could well be acting as a maternal figure to somebody else. But because it's got the knight sitting next to it, I think that also means that you could be sorting out or developing a relationship with a paternal figure or acting as a paternal figure to other people as well. In any event, you will be very empathetic and you'll have a caring personality. And I think that this energy reminds you that spirituality is expressed from the heart and not from the head. You'll be nurturing other people and yourself. There's a connection between spirit and matter, inner and outer wealth. A lot of fertility around, well, for obvious sakes, and if you look at her, she's pregnant. So I am getting a lot of fertility around here. But it's a time where you fulfill your potential, and it may well be the case that there are successful business dealings concluded or business opportunities presenting themselves to you. That takes us into August and the Hanged Man. Now the Hanged Man is the spirit of the mighty waters. Now the planetary influence around here is that of Neptune, I think, which is, well, which I also associate with water. I think that what there is here is that there is the end of a situation or a relationship which is stuck. There's a sense of you letting something go in order to receive gain somewhere else. You could be surrendering something. You are looking at life in a new way, and you will determine that for you there is a necessity of breaking through older behavior patterns. In fact, you're going to be experiencing a sort of a change, which is a metamorphosis. That is where, like the caterpillar turns into the butterfly. Yeah, I'm getting the feeling again here that there's the need to give up something lesser for something which is more fulfilling emotionally and spiritually. Well, life will go on and you will go through things and you'll look back at this time and you'll say, who was that person? It's like it's a friend of yours, but you'll say to yourself, but that's not me. Now, we know ourselves always change, but yeah, there is a great change that's going on here. But say to yourself, I let go and realize, follow and accept the will of the divine in my life, which reveals itself to me step by step. Then in September, we have the Four of Cups, or as I call it, the Lord of Blended Pleasure. And this is the moon in the third decan of Cancer. Well, in ordinary astrology, the moon rules Cancer, so this is a good thing here. Look, I'm getting a feeling, though, that there may be a message here that although you want to be emotionally fulfilled in a deep way, maybe you're going about it the wrong way. Now, the moon is associated with the principle of flux and change, and your own emotional states may well change in this period of October, just as the moon's phases change. Nevertheless, there is here for you a great degree of love, tenderness, care, and emotional richness. Appreciate what you've got. Then in November, the period of Thanksgiving for our friends in North America, let's have a look at the Lord of the Hosts of the Mighty, otherwise known as the Tower. Well, this is Mars, the warrior planet, but here in full attack mode to destroy this tower, I think. There is far-reaching inner transformation, and there's also a great degree of healing here. And the old is being destroyed to make room for the new. There's a spiritual renewal, certainly a great degree of self-knowledge here. There's a release, a revelation, a breaking down of old forms or patterns. And there is here for you also a sense of there being a calm after the storm. The power of the consuming, purifying fire destroys the old and sweeps it away. Nothing is spared. The tower of the ego will be shaken to its very foundations. Actually, this card here, not a lot of people know this. In fact, I don't know. Well, certainly I might be the only person who does get this. But this is the highest card for healing. Just as the extraction of the rotten tooth provides relief for the entire body, the destruction of stagnant situations and relations which hinder growth begin a healing process for your entire organism. You're in the midst of, or going to enter into, an extremely intensive transformatory process, but be assured you will be safe, you will be secure, and whatever is destroyed or shaken within you will purify you and make room for something new. So allow that process to unfold. And then to finalize the calendar year of 2023, in December, we have the moon. Now the moon is here, the ruler of the flux and reflux, the child of the sons of the mighty. Now this is Neptune in Pisces with Venus exalted. Well, Pisces is very much associated with the subconscious, with emotions, with intuition and artistry. And Neptune's watery depths, well, they are associated with dreams, visions, and the imagination, which links it in well with the moon, I think. There is, if you like, what's going on here? It's like it's an examination. There's a final testing of what began at the beginning of the year and has come out here to see whether or not you've taken any wrong turns. There is the sense here, though, that there could be illusion around you, and you need to be asking yourself, is it a reality or is it an illusion? And that's because of the prominence of Neptune in this card, I think, here, in the position that it's in. You may find that there is a deception about, and this is probably related to things where you come across people sometimes, and particularly people who are selling you things, or where they ask you to invest in things where, they talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. And so they could be omitting to tell you something. They could be misleading you or misdirecting you. There is some sense of you having a difficulty in making your mind up, but forewarned is forearmed, and you will now be aware of that going into the new year. You've heard the call of the unknown, and you are on the threshold of new experience. Pay attention now to the voice of your heart and scrutinize calmly and carefully all offers and guidance that you may receive at this time, and you will cap off what is a magnificent year for you. Well done, you. Well, I hope you enjoyed that reading as much as I enjoyed providing it to you. I think that this is going to be a fantastic 2023 for you. Truly I do. And I think it's something that you should be looking forward to. And because it's got great things in store, as you have just seen. And do have a look at the monthly readings that I provide, and you can check that out on the playlist or subscribe and get notified so that you see where these things are. But until I see you again, remember one thing, and it is this, that you are a legend. And I look forward to seeing you again next time. And until then, it's bye for now.